time, y'all. Come on in. I got a brunch date. You got a date? Hey, Chelsea. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You got your tea? You ready to sip? It's gonna be. I still got on my PJs. Y'all come on in and hit the like button. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning, y'all. Let's talk about a few little things. Get caught up, Come in and hit the like button. Why they messing with folks? Who putting bags on folks? I'ma check in on God in them shit. Baby, they were so hard out yesterday. Woo, I didn't know how to process that wholeness, that hoodness, that ordinary people. There's a shift in the atmosphere. Y'all come on in, hit the like button. Let's let this notification go off. Hit the like button for me. Hi, Lori. I want to earn up. What do you mean by earn up? Oh, you want to ear up. You want to ear up. I'm like, well, how we earning? Let me earn some too. Y'all hit the like button coming in. Like, share, subscribe, join the membership, support the platform, hit the gift box. Oh, let me share this out. Y'all come on in. I ain't done none of what I'm supposed to do. No. Lord, you be saying some crazy stuff. I almost blocked you. Oh no. What you mean now? You got folk thinking I misspelled trial wrong and trial and trail and it. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm looking at you with a side eye. Y'all, we gotta put some praying hands up for our Debbies. Thank you, Debbie S. Debbie Hudson. We got some Debbies. Debbie and Deb. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. Phone pre-guessing what I said. These phones ain't what I said. Oh, okay. Well, on the other upload, you was questioning the I before the A on trial, and I was like, are you trying to say I misspelled trial? Yeah, them iPhones ain't your friend. They'll have you saying some crazy stuff. Hey, Adele. Hit the light bulb for me. Yeah, why they coming there, folk, y'all? Didn't they try to jump on? Listen, I'm gonna let the people come on in before I spin the band. Come on in. We're gonna check on some things overnight. I wanna check on the Memphis. I didn't say you at all. Oh, I thought you was replying to me. I didn't know who you was talking to. Where else did you see the word trial but in my title? Who wrote the word trial and spelled it with the A? Because it wasn't me. So I had no. But okay, you said you gonna talk to me. That's cool. Y'all listen. Why they messing with Jamie Foxx? Cause he eluding. Cause they done said he went to the feds. Diddy got his goons. People got bags on people's heads. They don't want them to tell the truth. It just blows my mind that Hollywood, the rapping industry, just feel like they can do what they want to do when they want to do it. They put bags on people's heads, try to take them out, try to intimidate them all day, every day. And then you have a hired hitman has the nerve. Read what I said. I know. I really. Also, somebody done hacked you. Jamie knows what he said at the opening. See, I ain't even watched it yet. But I'm dang sure gonna watch it today when I come back in before I get up out of here. I can't. I don't think Hollywood is gonna change. Yeah, but these the exposure is real. And I guess when you find out who you think you cool with, you ain't cool with. So you can't dance with the devil. You can't play with the devil. That's what I started to say in my title, but I ain't want to scare folk. You cannot play with the devil. Jamie Foxx was nervous on stage. That's all. I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to tell you, I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to have to watch it because I don't understand all them folks doing what they was doing, and you think you can mysteriously put some shit in mine, and I ain't gonna go to the feds. Hell, I don't know what you got on me in your house while you done drugged me and knocked me out. Oh, hell no. All bets off. All bets off. People dragging him for being repetitive. What do you mean? This man was in a coma for 2 damn weeks. And it's killing me also that folk thinking just because this girl stories has some hiccups in it that folk talking about case over for Jay-Z. No, it ain't. Why they say that? Her story, there's some inconsistencies in her story. Don't mean they didn't do it. What it, huh? See, and it kills me how folk just run to, oh yeah, that didn't add up. She lying. Okay. But it still don't mean they didn't grape her. That part of the story didn't change, did it? Did it? So I'm still saying, I don't know. Jay-Z ass still in trouble. She didn't say he did not ape her. YOGOTTI. He was repeating himself a lot. That's all. Okay. He was nervous and funny. It was the first time he did it, wasn't he? Said in how many years did you see Tasha K receipts on that Jay-Z? Now, what Tasha K say? What Tasha K say? I was too busy on, now what she say? Yeah, y'all not coming in hitting the like button. They bust, so that they sneak up on Jamie Foxx to try to bust him up. I'm just shocked at Jamie. Jamie used to be able to fight. Tasha K had all the documents from the court and the 2 conflicting police reports. Tasha K finna go to jail as far as Cardi B, but she was discrediting that young lady. I didn't hear what the inconsistencies was. I just know that they said inconsistency. They didn't say that she lied. They didn't say that her story not true. They did not say that the grape didn't happen. That's what I was waiting to see. Hell, I mean, yeah, they done cloned Tyrone. Nah, that's Jamie. That's Jamie. When he cocked them wonder eyes, I don't think that that's something that clone would have known to do. You know what I mean? Jay-Z was at a different location at the time of the Jamie Foxx tattooed in the back of it. It was a tattoo. It was a temporary tattoo for a movie scene. That tattoo been gone off Jamie Foxx's head. You know, and it's funny because I know somebody. That tattoo been gone. I noticed that tattoo gone long before that incident happened. That tattoo been that temporary tattoo been removed for a few years. You know, and it's funny how we forget things are temporary until something happens, and then we want to be like, okay, so where that? It's been gone. Why we didn't ask where was the tattoo 2 years ago? Because it's been gone for a couple of years. Where the, oh, them freckles is damn sure there. Oh, them freckles is there. Them freckles are there. I looked for them freckles. I looked for them freckles. I looked for them freckles. Them freckles or they ain't show there. Good morning. She just had the years wrong, but it was in 2003. So Jay-Z will be arrested. They say it's been proven and figured out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That type of stuff. Hey, Ursula, that's not gonna make me think that the whole thing. Yeah, I still think he. Yeah, I just added it to that title before I read that. Jay-Z is guilty of grape. You know, the inconsistencies of days and all that type of stuff does not erase the fact that that girl at a minor age yeah. I absolutely believe it happened. Hey, Vicky, good morning. Yeah, them freckles there. Let me get to it. Yeah, them freckles there. I seen them freckles. Them freckles there. It was another picture, a better one. But yeah, that you know, Jamie, that tattoo in the back of his head, that eagle or the wings or whatever, that's been out of his head. Let me get to TMZ. Hey y'all, good morning. Yeah, I still think them freckles still there. Them freckles still there. They don't like the fact that one, they say he went to the feds, and two, and he called him the devil. But why they attack him? Why they attacking him? Was it Diddy? Was it Diddy and them sons? They still on the attack, like they did Ray J. You know, Cat Williams said it best. This is the year of exposery. They asses is being exposed. Did they say who attacked him? He needed stitches after dinner. Glass was thrown at him. Now, I don't know if it was a girl. I don't know what's happening, but I do know that his life is in danger. I think Diddy told them feds. You think Diddy told them feds what? Oh, on Jay-Z. Yeah, you know, it's funny how Jay-Z done abandoned Diddy. Yo Gotti done abandoned. Removed himself, unfollowed Jay-Z. They all moving strangely to me. You know what I mean? Oh Lord, why am I'm spinning, y'all. This is why I'm unresponsive. So it's making me wait on what I'm trying to get to for y'all. R. Kelly, the Diddler, Dame Dash. They know what's up. They said Dame Dash wasn't involved in that stuff. They started doing that stuff after Jay-Z After Jay-Z removed himself from Dame Dash. Dame ain't in it. Yeah, it's making me wait. Hold on. Let me make sure I got all my updates. To be honest, I think head will roll over Diddy dirt. Money that goes away, go a long way. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't see Dane. Okay. It said R. Kelly, the Diddler, Dame Dash, they know what's up with Jay-Z. His hands ain't clean. All I said was Dame Dash wasn't a part of what they had going on at that time. That's all I said. Lori, who are you? Lori. Are you a troll, Lori? Why am I spinning? Okay, so y'all, I don't know what's happening over here on my tablet. I mean, on my... Girl, please, try. I'm just asking. It's like it's like you. I don't know what's going on with you today. It was yesterday. I don't understand. I'm just trying to understand what you're trying to say. I don't want to misunderstand you, and I don't want you to misunderstand me. But I'm not finna do this with you though, girl. Girl, please. I'm just trying to understand what you on, cause you coming at me funny, and I don't know you like that. You just popped up and started, being. I don't know, but this ain't it, especially on no Sunday. So why don't you come back another day? How about that? Okay? How about you come back another day? Okay? Can you do that for me? AunTeaFee, huh? Go challenge somebody else. Go play with yourself, boo-boo. Because you will not play with me over here. Okay? So, girl, please. You choose to stay? Well, you need to act accordingly. Okay? Can we do that respectfully? We family over here. And right now, you're not feeling like family. And I will remove you. Okay? Hit the like button. Support the platform. Do something different than bumping your gums to try to be combative with me. Because that ain't gonna work. Okay, precious? Okay? let me do this. Let me just do this. Let me change the atmosphere. Maybe I need to chin check myself. How about that? Maybe AunTeaFee needs to chin check herself. Because for some reason, it's not letting me talk about Jamie Foxx. Good morning, Rena.
Now, fresh off his Netflix premiere show, where Jamie Foxx accused Diddy of giving him a pill and put him in a coma for 22 days, it was revealed in his comedy special where people were in attendance that he went in on TD Jakes and referred to him as a zesty power bottom swallow. Premiere show where Jamie Foxx accused Diddy of giving him a pill and put him in a coma for 22 days. It was revealed at his comedy special where people were in attendance that he went in on TD Jakes and referred to him as a zesty power bottom. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming? And he also went in on Diddy for over 40 minutes, and all of the footage got edited out from his show. Now, a night that was supposed to be filled with love and fun for Jamie Foxx apparently turned out to be a nightmare. Now, the entertainer was out last night celebrating his 57th birthday party in Mr. Chow in Los Angeles with his family and friends when the festivities were interrupted by a flying object. Now, a witness reported that an altercation broke out and Jamie appeared to be visibly hurt. Jamie appeared to be visible when the festivities were interrupted by a
that was so inappropriate for a pastor. Who asked about his freckles?
a nightmare. Now, the entertainer was out last night celebrating his 57th birthday party in Mr. Chow in Los Angeles with his family and friends when the festivities were interrupted by a flying object. Now, a witness reported that an altercation broke out and Jamie appeared to be visibly hurt. Now, while details were unclear at the time, his representatives released a statement to TMZ saying Jamie Foxx was at his birthday dinner when someone from another...
Hey, little brother. No matter how hard I try.
Another table threw a glass that hit him in the mouth. He had to get stitches and is now recovering. Now, the police were called, and the matter is now in law enforcement's hand. Now, joke no joke, a person that was in attendance at his Netflix show revealed what happened at his stand-up special. You went viral recently, Choke, man. A lot of bloggers was kind of taking some of your lines, man, and kind of running with it. And they were saying you were at the actually taping of Jamie Foxx's special.
Yeah, I was there.
Like, did he actually say that he was poisoned by Diddy?
Yeah, I don't know if he said the word poison by, but yeah, he said Diddy's the one that put him in the hospital, and he called the police on his ass.
Now, damn, he was like dead ass serious, bro. Like no cap.
I thought he was serious. He didn't look like he was fucking joking to me.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't have joked.
Like,
yo.
and I saw his special and asked anybody that went to the special. He had way more than 2 Diddy jokes. And especially he did 2 to 3 Diddy jokes. That nigga gave Diddy at least 40 minutes. He killed TD Jakes. I mean, he bodied
There's a bag on his head, y'all. Y'all can
and he didn't put that in there. He mentioned Craig Mack, Biggie, Tupac, and maybe somebody else, all in regards to Diddy has something to do with them getting killed. And he took all that shit out. So, if all you out there talking about, oh, yo, Choke, why you lied on Jamie? Tell him to show you the raw tapes. Because I'm not lying. He wore the same clothes 3 nights in a row. His daughter wore the same clothes 3 nights in a row. His other daughter wore the same clothes 3 nights in a row. The band wore the same clothes 3 nights in a row. But I didn't. As you can see me right here, right? That's the first night, right? Look at what I got on, right? That's the first night.
Man, Choke be having them receipts, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, man.
This is the 3rd night, right? There goes Jamie here. That's the 3rd night. See, still got the same clothes on. Alright? Remember he said no more white girls? Do y'all remember this? Y'all don't remember none of this in the show, do y'all? No. So don't tell me I wasn't there. Do y'all remember this in the show? All the white girls, they said no more white girls. Oh, no, you didn't see that either, right? Just like you didn't see him say Diddy is the one responsible. But he did, right?
So I guess people are going to say he recanted his story. His stories are inconsistent.
Right. Look at, did y'all remember seeing all these people on the stage? This is the show. Do you remember seeing any of this in the show you saw on Netflix? No. Why? What does that mean? Because it means it got cut out.
Always text me something. Prisons are spinning out of control. He said, Fox, no bad days. After what you gonna do, motherfuckers is Allison right here. She just had a baby.
Tell him to show you the raw tapes. Because I'm not lying.
By Diddy?
Yeah. I don't know if he said the word poison by, but yeah, he said Diddy's the one that put him in the hospital and he called the police on his ass.
No. Damn. He was like dead ass serious, bro? Like no cap?
I thought he was serious. He didn't look like he was fucking joking to me. Like,
Yo.
and I saw his special and ask anybody that went to the special. He had way more than 2 Diddy jokes. And especially he did 2 to 3 Diddy jokes. That nigga gave Diddy at least 40 minutes. He killed TD Jakes. I mean, he bodied TD Jakes. And he didn't put that in there. He mentioned Craig Mack, Biggie, Tupac, and maybe somebody else, all in regards to Diddy has something to do with them getting killed. And he took all that shit out. So, all you out there talking about, oh, yo, choke while you lied on Jamie. Tell him to show you the raw tapes. Because I'm not lying. He wore the same clothes 3 nights in a row. His daughter wore the same clothes 3 nights in a row. His other daughter wore the same clothes 3 nights in a row. The band wore the same clothes 3 nights in a row. But I didn't. As you can see me right here, right? That's the first night, right? Look at what I got on, right? That's the first night.
Man, Choke be having them receipts, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, man.
This is the third night, right? There you go, Jamie here. That's the third night. See, he still got the same clothes on. Right? Remember he said no more white girls? Do y'all remember this? Y'all don't remember none of this in the show, do y'all? No. So don't tell me I wasn't there. Do y'all remember this in the show? All the white girls, they said no more white girls? Oh, no, you didn't see that either, right? Just like you didn't see him say, Diddy is the one responsible. But he did, right? Or was responsible, right? Look at, did y'all remember seeing all these people on the stage?
Y'all please hit the like button.
This is the show. Do you remember seeing any of this in the show you saw on Netflix? No. Why? What does that mean? Because it means it got cut out.
Always text me something, prisons are spinning out of control. He said, Foxx, no bad days. After what you gonna do, my publicist Allison right there, she just had a baby. They were all there when it went down.
They were all there when it went down.
Y'all don't remember? Yeah, you didn't see that part either, huh? Okay.
My boy dropping them receipts on y'all asses.
Trey Young was there. Now, y'all seen what I had on the first time, right? Now what I got on, a different shirt, right? different outfit. Okay. So, you know what I'm talking about.
Shop Kohl's to get the best gifts for kids, the best gifts for her.
Now, Cho, what did he have to say about TD Jakes, man? You remember what he had to say about him?
Something about him being a power bottom and all that stuff. Right? Then they had the fake Jamie Foxx. He was there.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how the show started. Ask anybody that was there, they said, Jamie Foxx! And then this dude came out that everybody was seeing on social media. Here go put him and Jamie together.
He was just like his ass. That's crazy.
Right? So,
Oh, he dang sure got receipts.
who is this? Me and his daughter, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let me see.
See, she on the same clothes 3 days in a row. Because it was a taping. So, what y'all saw was 90 minutes. The show was actually
3 days.
9 hours. So they took 9 hours and cut it into 90 minutes.
So dude was performing for 9 hours on stage?
Over 3 days.
Damn.
He did a show Friday for 3 hours, Saturday for 3 hours, and Sunday for 3 hours. Or Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I can't remember. See me and the sexy Miss Carrie, baby. Or Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I can't remember. See me and the sexy Miss Carrie, baby. And me and Jamie.
Brother Jay.
So, yeah, I can say what y'all want.
He from a Rockefeller. I hope they know Jamie life is a danger.
So don't tell me. And if y'all look in the audience, y'all see me sitting there. Right? Now look, let me show y'all something even better. Here go one. It's me right here next to Jamie, right? Look what I got on. Right? Camouflage jacket and the blue and white or green and white checkered shirt. Right? For all those who talking about I lied. Let me show y'all something. Now, look, there goes me in the crowd. What I got on. Same show, right? How did I change my clothes? Right? Look. I'm at the show with a shirt and blazer on, right? Ain't that the same guy? That's me, right? Okay. How did my clothes change?
Y'all still here? My system is stuck. Are y'all still here? Are y'all able to hear? Yeah, I don't know. My sister was spinning. Okay.
One thing they always gonna do is hate on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? They gonna call you cat.
These receipts show you. Oh, so I ran home, changed clothes, and came back. Like.
So he tied to Rockefeller. Jay-Z now.
Yo.
Well, why was you at all 3 shows? Were you performing?
Me, bro. Trust me. He said it. He cut TV Jake's ass up, my nigga.
Oh, wow.
Yo. Oh,
That shot. That shot.
Let's see, this is the thing for me about Jamie in this, you know. And the thing about it is, how are you going to eliminate yourself being at these parties? Now, I know just because you went to the parties, you know, it don't say that you stayed to the after party at the after party. You know, it's not saying that you know, did all the things, you know. But how you gonna tell what you know and what you've seen if you are not gonna include yourself? Now I know that don't mean can't nobody, you know, it ain't justifying nobody drugging you. But when we start talking about everything that went on, and I'm talking about the aping of minors and grown folk who didn't know that they was being drugged. So, did you not know that they was drugging until you was drugged and you have that after effect? I mean, that's the part that's gonna be funny for me. That it remains to be seen. So it's funny that he is Rockefeller, Tory, whoever this guy is right here. He's former Rockefeller. So he is in tune with Diddy and Jay-Z and all of that. And whatever TD Jakes or whoever else that was named. So that means that you've been knowing what was going on. And that's going to be a problem for me. Yeah, I already know that, right? Okay. But that's stuff like this is why I can't take Jay-Z accusations off the table. Because he would, again, I'm still going back to a 12-year-old mind. And even in her stories, there's going to be inconsistencies, even though she's an adult now. Her recall of the situation is still a 12-year-old girl. So for people to think that it's going to be perfect, it just blows my mind. It just blows my mind. You know, especially females who act like they can't think like a 12-year-old kid when somebody may have touched you inappropriately or did something to you. She was a babe, absolutely. Now, she may be grown now, but she has been stuck at a 12-year-old mindset, smothered that trauma all this time. So no, please don't expect for it to be perfect. He is not off the table. He's not off the table. And these people know it.
It was so much, yo, trust me. It was so much, yo, trust me, the show is better live than it was what I saw on Netflix. Like all yo, he has so many great Diddy jokes. I mean, so many great Diddy jokes. So, oh my God, he killed TD Jakes. He took out the best. They took out the funniest parts. But I know. And then the other thing for all y'all, he did that show 3 nights in a row. Everything he did before. Y'all think he really cried all 3 times? Y'all seen him cry on the show when he's hiding behind his daughter like this? It's because he couldn't cry again. Like, that whole thing where it was a TV show, man. It was a soap opera. It was scripted. This thing got the 2 big ass monitors in the back, the teleprompters. Them shits was jumbotrons. The nigga was messing up. I ain't get to see all the mess ups. Wait, hold on. Him running off the stage. Hey, Chris Spencer, how that joke go again? And come running back out. Y'all ain't get to see all that. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna cut it out to try to make us that saw it and heard him say that about Diddy. They gonna cut it out, try to make it look like that it wasn't said. All they gotta do is run the raw tape. Run the raw tape of the show. Don't edit it. Just play it from beginning to end. And I guarantee
blessings to you, Granny. We're gonna have motivation in a minute.
That nigga ranked on Diddy for no less than 30 minutes. No less than 30 minutes.
He definitely
and the nigga put 3 Diddy jokes in there. I mean,
they attacked him, y'all.
When I say
listen, something rang truth in it, baby, cause listen here. They attacking him. And hell, if he a clone, do clones bleed? Woo! Do clowns bleed? I thought they was machines. Why he needs stitches? Girl, you are fine.
He ranked on Diddy for no less than 30 minutes. And the Netflix special, I don't even think he gave Diddy 60 seconds. This is how much I'm telling you they cut out, bro.
So they took all that Diddy stuff out in the TV.
All of it. All of it.
Death threats.
I know you was shocked when you seen the
death threats.
The show. I know you was like, damn, like what happened to all the other stuff?
Death threats.
Yeah, because me and my homegirl that went together, on the first show, she was like, yo, I don't remember some of that. I was like, yeah, because that was from the third show and shit. But she was like, man, he cut out too many jokes. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was funny live, even though it was a bunch of hiccups and stuff like that, and we had to wait for them to move. But he cut out too many jokes, bro.
Okay, so I'm a pause.
He cut out way too many jokes.
I don't know what else he's saying.
That's crazy, man. That editing be something, bro.
Okay, so listen. They attacked Jamie Foxx. Please understand that the Fox got death threats. And when we start talking about recanting stories and stuff, let me recanting stories and stuff. If somebody threaten your life, there's a good possibility that you may edit, recant. And as far as Jay-Z go, that girl was 12 years old. Y'all, it's irritating that y'all have a grown person's expectation on a situation of a minor. Where did empathy go? I don't know. We are in lost times. I've been meaning to bring to y'all a situation that happened a few days ago. I done got caught up on so much other stuff. I don't even remember the day that it happened. But there was a bunch of stuff going on in Memphis with I can't think of the man, Whitfield, something, the boss, the setup, served 21 years for a crime, a robbery he didn't commit. And then we had a former, I don't know if he's still an officer, they said he may lose his job. Let me see.
Former Officer Nolan Sledge.
Yeah, y'all ready? Did he say former officer Nolan Sledge? Yeah. He's a former officer now. Are y'all ready to know what the former officer did? Baby, who do the vetting for Memphis police? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Let's listen.
Police officer is now one step closer to losing his certification to work in the state of Tennessee. Fox 13 learned today former officer Nolan Sledge was scheduled to be in court, or I should say scheduled to be in a hearing in Nashville, but did not show up. Let's go to Fox 13 investigative reporter Kayla Solomon. She's live from MPD headquarters. Kayla, you found out he was with the MPD for 5 years.
Yeah, state documents say that Nolan Sledge, last summer, he called dispatch to say that he intended to commit suicide and shot himself in the shoulder. But those state documents go on to say that he later admitted that he intentionally shot himself to gain attention from a girlfriend who he argued with earlier in the day. Now, he faced department violations of personal conduct, compliance with use of force and duty to intervene, and careless handling of a firearm. His LinkedIn profile shows he now works as a security officer with...
So, another one of her officers shot himself because he was tender. This is what's on the police force. Either they with the organized crime or they can't handle good coochie. This is who they have hired to protect y'all. Tender D. He shot himself over some coochie. But he's supposed to protect and serve. Y'all not doing mental evaluations? Oh, y'all don't have enough police officers anyway. So you rather him be on the force being mentally insane than in a mental hospital? You was forced to have to fire him. Yeah. Just so y'all know.
In the day. Now, he faced department violations of personal conduct, compliance with use of force and duty to intervene, and careless handling of a firearm. His LinkedIn profile shows he now works as a security officer with Methodist Labanner Healthcare. Sledge wasn't at today's meeting of the Peace Officers Standards and Training Commission, or POST, so the commission moved to take away his certification.
On the docket for today, Vargas, Sledge, and Crothers that were all no-shows as well. We can take those as a group for default decertification.
Sledge resigned from the Memphis Police Department earlier this year.
Before we go over to the motivational part, I'm just going to check and see what else happened last night. I did see Mia J got out. She got out. She did a seminar with some folk about gun violence. Shout out to Mia J. Total full justice for dog. Total full justice for dog. She wants everybody involved. The ones we know about and the ones we don't know about. Let's stay woke on that. Let's get to the motivation, y'all. Let's see what we have in store. Dang, did I mess it up? God dang. Y'all ready for the motivation?
God works while you wait.
Are y'all ready for the Sunday motivation? Motivation to carry us through the week. You know, I implemented this a few Sundays ago. We got to keep it moving forward to help us process what's coming during the week. Are y'all ready for the motivation? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to motivate? 10:40. Okay, there you go.
God works while you wait. There's a saying that resonates deeply: good things come to those who wait. But let me tell you, the best things come to those who wait on God. Waiting isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. It's uncertain. It can feel like you're stuck in a place where nothing is happening. But let me assure you of one thing: while you wait, God works. Waiting is not wasted time. It's preparation time. When you're waiting, God is moving in ways you cannot see. He's aligning opportunities, shifting obstacles, and refining you for the blessing He's about to release. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. For weeks, there's no visible growth, no fruit, no harvest. But deep beneath the soil, roots are stretching, nutrients are being absorbed, and life is taking hold. The same is true for us. What looks like nothing on the surface is a season of growth and foundation. But let's be real, waiting can test your faith. You pray, you cry, you hope, and still it feels like the answer is delayed. It's in those moments you must remember this: God's delays are not His denials. Sometimes He's protecting you from what you're not ready for. Sometimes He's preparing you for something far greater than you imagined. And sometimes He's simply asking you to trust Him. Think about this: when you order a meal at a fine restaurant, the wait can feel long. But the chef isn't rushing. Why? Because something of quality takes time. If you're waiting, it's because what God is preparing for you is worth it. Don't settle for a snack when He's making a feast. In the waiting, there are lessons. You learn humility when you realize you're not in control. You learn resilience when you hold on to hope. You learn gratitude when you stop focusing on what you lack and start seeing what you've been given. Waiting builds your character. It's not just about what you're waiting for, it's about who you're becoming in the process. And let's talk about the pause, the moment when everything feels still. That pause is not a punishment, it's part of the process. The pause allows you to rest, reflect, and realign. When you feel stuck, don't ask, why me? Ask what reflect, season of growth and foundation. But let's be real, waiting can test your faith. You pray, you cry, you hope, and still it feels like the answer is delayed. It's in those moments you must remember this: God's delays are not his denials. Sometimes he's protecting you from what you're not ready for. Sometimes he's preparing you for something far greater than you imagined. And sometimes he's simply asking you to trust him. Think about this: when you order a meal at a fine restaurant, the wait can feel long. But the chef isn't rushing. Why? Because something of quality takes time. If you're waiting, it's because what God is preparing for you is worth it. Don't settle for a snack when he's making a feast. In the waiting, there are lessons. You learn humility when you realize you're not in control. You learn resilience when you hold on to hope. You learn gratitude when you stop focusing on what you lack and start seeing what you've been given. Waiting builds your character. It's not just about what you're waiting for, it's about who you're becoming in the process. And let's talk about the pause, the moment when everything feels still. That pause is not a punishment, it's part of the process. The pause allows you to rest, reflect, and realign. When you feel stuck, don't ask, why me? Ask what's next. Use the waiting to sharpen your skills, deepen your relationships, and strengthen your faith.
Protecting, preparing us.
Let me remind you of this truth: God is faithful. If he said it, he will do it.
Absolutely.
If he promised it, it will come to pass. But it will happen in his time, not yours. And trust me, his timing is perfect. When the blessing comes, you'll look back at the waiting and realize it wasn't wasted. It was worth it. So my friends, keep the faith. Keep moving forward. Keep trusting that while you wait, God works. And when he's done, you won't just walk into your blessing, you'll run. The power of patience. Patience is often misunderstood. To many, it feels like passivity, as if it's simply doing nothing while time drags on. But true patience is active. It's a choice, a mindset, and more importantly, a tool that transforms waiting into preparation. When you are patient, you aren't wasting time, you're working alongside God in anticipation of what's to come. And let me tell you, this patience is not weakness. Patience is power under control. Think about the nature of waiting. It's uncomfortable. It's uncertain. It's often filled with questions like, when will this happen, or why is this taking so long? But patience, true patience, shifts your perspective. It says, I may not know when, but I trust that it will happen. That kind of trust in God's timing requires strength. It takes courage to stand firm in faith when everything around you says, give up. The first key to understanding patience is recognizing that it's not about inaction. Patience is preparation. Imagine you're an athlete training for the Olympics. Every day you wake up, train for hours, eat the right foods, and rest properly. You do all this even though the competition is months or even years away. You don't see results immediately. But every step you take in preparation strengthens you for that moment when it all pays off. Life works the same way. When you're waiting for something, a promotion, a breakthrough, or even clarity about your purpose, patience demands that you use the time to prepare yourself. Waiting is not idle, it's intentional.
Ooh, wait,
Biblical
wait.
examples
Whoa,
also
whoa.
remind us of the power of
What?
patience.
Whoa. Let's hear that again.
Take David, for instance. You don't see results immediately, but every step you take in preparation strengthens you for that moment when it all pays off. Life works the same way. When you're waiting for something, a promotion, a breakthrough, or even clarity about your purpose, patience demands that you use the time to prepare yourself. Waiting is not idle, it's intentional. Biblical examples also remind us of the power of patience. Take David, for instance. He was anointed king of Israel as a young shepherd boy, but he didn't immediately take the throne. Years passed, and during that time, David wasn't sitting around waiting for someone to hand him the crown. He was preparing, fighting battles, leading people, and learning humility. By the time he became king, he was ready. His patience wasn't passive, it was active preparation for his purpose. Another important aspect of patience is recognizing that while you're waiting, God is working. Think about the construction of a house. Once the foundation is laid, it might look like nothing is happening for weeks. But the builders are busy behind the scenes framing the walls, installing plumbing, wiring electricity. By the time the house is finished, you see the beauty of the structure. But what really holds it together is all the unseen work. In life, God is doing the same thing. You might not see progress, but that doesn't mean progress isn't happening. Patience also teaches us endurance. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, patience goes against the grain. We're used to getting things quickly, fast food, fast answers, fast solutions. But anything of true value takes time. Diamonds aren't formed overnight. They're created under pressure over years. Trees don't grow tall and strong in a week. They take decades to reach their full potential. Your life is no different. The longer the process, the stronger the result. Patience is what enables you to endure the process so you can enjoy the promise. One of the greatest challenges of patience is learning to be content while you wait. This doesn't mean settling or giving up on your dreams. It means finding joy and gratitude in the present moment.
Hey,
Patience
David.
allows you to appreciate
Good
what
morning.
you have while believing that greater things are on the way. It's a balance between contentment and expectation. Patience strengthens your relationship with God. When you wait patiently, you're demonstrating trust in His timing and His plan. You're saying, God, I may not understand what's happening,
The true
but I
measure of
trust that
faith.
you do. That kind of faith pleases God.
Amen.
And the Bible promises that those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. So remember, this patience is not weakness. It's power. It's preparation. And it's the key to unlocking God's promises in your life. Trust Him, wait on Him, and use this time to become the person you need to be for the blessings that are on their way. Faith in action. Faith is not passive. It is not sitting idly by, hoping that something will change without lifting a finger. Faith is active. It is the belief that while God works in ways you cannot see, you still have a role to play. Faith in action is about doing what you can with what you have, trusting that God will handle the rest. Too often, people confuse faith with inactivity. They say, I'm waiting on God, but the truth is, God may be waiting on them. Faith in action doesn't mean you force things to happen. It means you step forward in obedience and trust, even when you don't see the full picture. Think of it like this: if you're waiting for rain, don't just sit there and hope. Grab a seed, plant it, and prepare the ground. When the rain comes, you'll be ready for the harvest. One of the most profound examples of faith in action is found in the story of Noah. God told him to build an ark because a flood was coming. Now, at that time, Noah had never seen rain, let alone a flood. Imagine the ridicule, the doubt, the whispers of people questioning his sanity. But Noah didn't just sit back and say, well, if God wants this ark built, he'll build it himself. No, Noah put his faith into action. He gathered the wood, hammered the nails, and constructed the ark, all because he trusted in what God had promised. When the flood came, his faith in action saved not only himself, but his family and countless creatures. Faith in action requires trust, and trust often means stepping out even when the road ahead isn't clear. Consider Abraham, who was told to leave his home and go to a land God would show him. He didn't have a map or a detailed itinerary. All he had was a promise and faith. Yet he packed up his life, took his family, and went. Abraham's obedience in the absence of visible certainty is the essence of faith in action. He trusted God's word more than his circumstances. In our lives, we are often faced with similar choices. We pray for opportunities, for blessings, for breakthroughs, but are we moving in faith? Are we taking steps toward the very things we're praying for? Faith without works is dead. This doesn't mean that we earn God's blessings through effort, but it does mean that genuine faith produces action. If you're praying for a new job, are you updating your resume, applying to positions, or sharpening your skills? If you're praying for healing, are you taking care of your body, seeking treatment, and leaning into God's strength? Sometimes faith in action means doing small, ordinary things with extraordinary trust. It's in the day-to-day choices, choosing to love when it's hard, forgiving when it hurts, and persisting when it feels pointless. These actions, though they may seem insignificant, are seeds of faith that God uses to bring about transformation. What makes faith in action powerful is the understanding that the results are not up to you. You do your part, and God does his. Think of Peter when he walked on water. Jesus told him to come, and Peter stepped out of the boat. Now, Peter didn't make the water hold him up. That was God's power, but Peter had to take the first step. That's faith in action. It's not about having all the answers, it's about trusting the one who does. Faith in action also strengthens your relationship with God. When you move forward in trust, you're declaring your dependence on Him. Every step, no matter how uncertain, says, God, I believe you are who you say you are, and I trust that you will do what you said you would do. That kind of faith pleases God and opens the door for Him to move in your life in ways you never imagined. So what does faith in action look like for you today? Maybe it's taking a step toward a dream you've been holding back on. Maybe it's reaching out to someone in need. Maybe it's simply choosing to trust God with a situation you've been trying to control. Whatever it is, remember this: God works as you walk. The path may not always be clear, but with every step of faith, you draw closer to the promises He has for you. Faith isn't just believing that God will act. It's believing so much that you're willing to act too. Step forward in trust. Put your faith into action and watch as God meets you in ways you never expected. The lessons in the wait. Waiting is one of the hardest things we experience in life. Whether it's waiting for a dream to come true, a prayer to be answered, or a promise to be fulfilled, the delay can feel like an unbearable weight. But here's the truth: there are lessons in the wait, lessons that shape us, refine us, and prepare us for the blessings to come. Waiting isn't just about time passing, it's about what God is doing in you during that time. One of the first lessons waiting teaches is humility. When you're forced to wait, you're reminded that you're not in control. And let's face it, that's a hard pill to swallow. We live in a world where everything is instant. We want fast food, instant messaging, and next day delivery. But God's timing doesn't operate on our schedules. He asks us to surrender our need for control and trust that He knows what's best. That act of surrender is humbling. It reminds us that we are dependent on a higher power. And that dependence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Waiting also teaches resilience. There's a strength that comes from enduring seasons of delay without losing hope. Think about a marathon runner. They don't build their stamina overnight. It's the miles of training, the sweat, and the struggle that prepare them to cross the finish line. In the same way, waiting stretches your spiritual muscles. It builds perseverance, so when the blessing comes, you're strong enough to handle it. Consider Joseph from the Bible. He was given a dream of greatness at a young age, but his journey was filled with delays and detours. He was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and thrown into prison for a crime he didn't commit. It would have been easy for Joseph to lose hope, to believe that God had forgotten him. But Joseph's waiting wasn't wasted. During those years, God was shaping his character, teaching him humility, patience, and leadership. When the time came, Joseph was ready to step into his role as a leader in Egypt, not because he avoided waiting, but because he endured it. Another vital lesson in the wait is gratitude. When you're waiting, it's easy to focus on what you don't have. You're so fixated on the finish line that you miss the blessings along the way. But waiting invites you to shift your perspective. Instead of lamenting what's missing, you start to notice what's present. You begin to see the goodness of God in the little things, the support of friends, the beauty of nature, the gift of another day. Gratitude transforms waiting from a season of frustration to a season of growth. Waiting also cultivates trust in God's timing. It's natural to want things now, but immediate gratification isn't always the best thing for us. Imagine giving a child the keys to a car before they've learned to drive. The timing isn't right, and giving them what they want too soon could lead to disaster. The same is true for us. Sometimes God delays blessings because we're not ready for them. Other times he delays because he's preparing something far greater than we could imagine. Either way, waiting teaches us to trust that his timing is perfect. The wait also sharpens your focus on your purpose. In the stillness of waiting, you have the chance to reflect, to ask deep questions about who you are and what you're here for. It's a time for preparation, for honing your skills, and for aligning your heart with God's will. David spent years tending sheep before he became king. During those years, he wasn't just waiting, he was preparing. He was learning leadership, courage, and faith. By the time he took the throne, he wasn't just a shepherd boy with a promise, he was a man ready to lead a nation. Waiting teaches you the value of God's presence. In the rush of life, it's easy to lose sight of him. But waiting often brings you to your knees, forcing you to seek him in ways you wouldn't otherwise. In the silence, you hear his voice. In the stillness, you feel his presence. Waiting deepens your relationship with God, reminding you that he is not just the giver of blessings, but the ultimate blessing himself. So,
the perfect present is a click away at fragrance.com. With over 40,000 designer brands and fragrances, colognes, and beauty essentials, we've got something for everyone. Need a hand? Our gift finder will help you find just what you need for that special someone. Plus, enjoy up to 80% off all season long. With free shipping with a minimum order, that makes sharing a little extra special. Go to fragrance.com now for an additional 35% off using code HOLIDAY35.
Either it doesn't suit our face or the style doesn't match. Fortunately, AR Try-On can help us solve all of these problems. That's why I always buy glasses from
the giver of blessings, but the ultimate blessing himself. So, the next time you find yourself in a season of
Y'all
waiting,
still here?
don't despair. Lean into the lessons.
Lean into the, hold on.
Ask yourself, what is God teaching me in this moment?
See,
The
siblings,
next
we still
time you
here?
find yourself in a season of waiting, don't despair.
We still here? Yeah, okay.
Lean into the lessons. Ask yourself, what is God teaching me in this moment? How is he preparing me for what's ahead? Remember, waiting is not a punishment, it's a classroom. And if you're willing to learn, you'll come out stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the blessings God has in store. Your waiting isn't wasted. It's shaping you into the person God created you to be. Trust him, grow in the process, and hold on to the promise that he works all things together for good.
For him who loved the
All
Lord.
purpose in the pause. In the rhythm of life, we often measure success by movement. We celebrate progress, forward motion, and milestones. But what happens when life seems to stop? When everything comes to a halt and we find ourselves in a season of waiting? It's in these moments, the pauses, that we must shift our perspective. The pause is not punishment. It is purpose.
The pause is not punishment.
Think of a symphony.
is purpose. Let's say
music's
that
beauty
again. The
lies not just in
pause.
the notes played,
The
but in
pause is not punishment. It is purpose. The pause is not punishment, Lord. It is purpose. Oh my God. The pause is not punishment. It's purpose. It's all according to his purpose. And the pause. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. The pause is not punishment. It is purpose. Ooh.
pauses between them. Those silences create tension, anticipation, and meaning, forward motion, and milestones. But what happens when life seems to stop? When everything comes to a halt, and we find ourselves in a season of waiting? It's in these moments, the pauses, that we must shift our perspective. The pause is not punishment. It is purpose. Think of a symphony. The music's beauty lies not just in the notes played, but in the pauses between them. Those silences create tension, anticipation, and meaning. Without them, the melody would lose its depth. Similarly, life's pauses add dimension and purpose. They are not voids to be feared, but spaces to be embraced. Embracing the pause. The first step in understanding the purpose in the pause is learning to embrace it. Often we view waiting as a burden, something to get through as quickly as possible. But when we embrace the pause, we shift our mindset from frustration to curiosity. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this pause teaching me? In the pause, there is an opportunity for self-reflection. Life moves quickly, and in the hustle, we can lose sight of who we are and what truly matters. The pause gives us a chance to step back, reassess our priorities, and reconnect with our purpose. It's in these quiet moments that we often hear God's voice most clearly. Consider Moses, a man who experienced one of the most significant pauses in history. After fleeing Egypt, Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before God called him to lead the Israelites. For decades, Moses lived in obscurity as a shepherd. It might have seemed like his life had stalled, but in reality, that pause was a period of preparation. God was shaping Moses into the leader he needed to be. When the time came, Moses was ready, not because he avoided the wilderness, but because he embraced it. Preparation in the pause. The pause is not a time of inactivity. It's a time of preparation. Think of an archer pulling back the bowstring. The moment of pause before the arrow is released is critical. It builds tension, focus, and power. Without the pause, the arrow would have no direction or force. In our lives, the pause allows us to prepare for what's next. It's a time to sharpen our skills, deepen our faith, and strengthen our character. David, before becoming king, spent years tending sheep and facing challenges like fighting lions and bears. These experiences, though seemingly unrelated to kingship, prepared him for the responsibilities and battles he would face as a leader. The pause also provides an opportunity to grow spiritually. It's a time to draw closer to God, to seek His guidance, and to align our hearts with His will. When we feel like nothing is happening, God is often working behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances and preparing us for something greater than we can imagine. trusting the process. One of the hardest aspects of the pause is trusting the process. It's human nature to want control, to know the plan and the timeline. But the pause requires surrender. It demands that we let go of our need for certainty and trust in God's timing. Isaiah 40:31 reminds us, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." Waiting on God is not passive. It's an active trust in His faithfulness. It's believing that the pause has a purpose, even when we don't understand it. Trusting the process also means resisting the urge to force things to happen. Sometimes in our impatience, we try to take matters into our own hands, but forcing what isn't ready can lead to unnecessary struggles. Imagine picking fruit before it's ripe. It may look good on the outside, but the taste will be sour. Similarly, when we rush ahead of God's timing, we miss out on the fullness of His blessings. Finding strength in the pause. The pause is not a sign of weakness, it's a place of strength. It takes courage to wait, to be still, and to trust. In the stillness, we discover our resilience. We learn to rely on God's strength rather than our own. During a pause, it's essential to stay rooted in gratitude. Instead of focusing on what's missing, focus on what's present. Gratitude shifts your perspective and reminds you of God's faithfulness. Even in the waiting, there are blessings to be counted: health, relationships, and the simple gift of another day.
Sorry.
And the simple gift of another day.
Sorry. I wanted to pause for a minute, y'all, and say thank you, Kane Life. Thank you for the envelope of jewels. I think it was like 650 jewels. Ooh, shower me, shower me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We getting meat. Oh, y'all want that meat? Okay, 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 AunTeaFee, okay, okay.
On what's missing, focus on what's present. Gratitude shifts your perspective and reminds you of God's faithfulness. Even in the waiting, there are blessings to be counted: health, relationships, and the simple gift of another day. Another way to find strength in the pause is through community. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you. Share your struggles and victories with others. Sometimes hearing someone else's story of perseverance can inspire you to keep going. The purpose revealed. The beauty of the pause is that its purpose often becomes clear in hindsight. Looking back, we can see how the waiting shaped us, prepared us, and positioned us for what was to come. The job you didn't get, the relationship that didn't work out, or the opportunity that fell through all these pauses, while painful, were purposeful. They redirected you, refined you, and ultimately led you closer to God's plan for your life. Joseph, after years of betrayal, imprisonment, and waiting, could look back and say to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50:20. His pauses weren't detours, they were divine appointments leading him to his destiny. Living with purpose in the pause. To live with purpose in the pause. Start by seeking God in prayer.
Pause. Oh, I cannot.
Ask him to reveal what he wants to teach you during this time.
God. Yeah.
50 God's plan for He shaped us, prepared us, and positioned us for what was to come. The job you didn't get, the relationship that didn't work out, or the opportunity that fell through all these pauses, while painful, were purposeful. They redirected you, refined you, and ultimately led you closer to God's plan for your life. Joseph, after years of betrayal, imprisonment, and waiting, could look back and say to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50:20. His pauses weren't detours, they were divine appointments leading him to his destiny. Living with purpose in the pause. To live with purpose in the pause, start by seeking God in prayer. Ask him to reveal what he wants to teach you during this time. Be open to his guidance, even if it takes you in an unexpected direction. Next, take practical steps to grow. Use the pause to learn a new skill, deepen your relationships, or serve others. These actions not only prepare you for what's next, but also bring fulfillment in the present. Hold on to hope. The pause is not permanent. Seasons change, and what feels like a standstill now is often the precursor to a breakthrough. Trust that God's timing is perfect and that he is working all things together for your good. The pause is not an interruption in your journey, it's an essential part of it. It's a time to reflect, prepare, and trust in God's plan. Instead of fearing the pause, embrace it. Look for its lessons, lean into its purpose, and trust that God is using it to shape you into the person you are meant to be. The next time you find yourself in a season of waiting, remember the pause is not punishment. It is purpose. And when the pause ends, you'll step forward stronger, wiser, and more ready for the blessings that await. God's perfect timing. Timing is everything. In life, we often wrestle with the tension between our plans and God's purposes. We live in a world where instant gratification is the norm, where speed and efficiency are prized above all else. But God doesn't work on our timeline. His timing is deliberate, precise, and perfect. Even when we don't understand it, his timing is always what we need when we need it most. Understanding God's timing. To understand God's timing, we must first accept that he sees what we cannot. His perspective is eternal, stretching far beyond the boundaries of our finite understanding. In Isaiah 55:8-9, God says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." This verse reminds us that God's timing is not bound by our sense of urgency or our desire for immediate answers. Think of it like a master weaver creating a beautiful tapestry. From our perspective, all we might see are tangled threads and knots. But from God's vantage point, a masterpiece is taking shape. Every thread, every pause, every delay has a purpose in the grand design of our lives. Delays are not denials. One of the most challenging aspects of trusting God's timing is dealing with delays. It's easy to interpret a delay as a denial, but that's not how God operates. A delay is often a sign of his preparation. He may be preparing circumstances, other people, or even you for what's ahead. Consider the story of Lazarus in John 11. When Jesus learned that Lazarus was sick, he didn't rush to heal him. Instead, he stayed where he was for 2 more days. By the time Jesus arrived, Lazarus had already died. To those around him, it seemed like Jesus was late, but his timing was perfect. Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead, not just to heal him, but to reveal his power and glory in a way that a mere healing could not. The delay wasn't a denial, it was a setup for a greater miracle. Learning patience in God's timing. Patience is one of the hardest virtues to cultivate, but it is essential when trusting God's timing. Waiting requires faith, a deep belief that God is at work even when we can't see it. It's in the waiting that our character is refined, our faith is strengthened, and our trust in God is deepened. Abraham's story is a powerful example of this. God promised Abraham that he would be the father of many nations, but that promise didn't come to fruition immediately. Decades passed before Isaac, the child of promise, was born. During that time, Abraham made mistakes like taking matters into his own hands by having a child with Hagar, but God remained faithful. The lesson is clear: God's promises may take time, but they are never broken. Waiting on God's timing also teaches us to let go of control. It's a humbling experience to admit that we don't have all the answers, but surrendering our timelines to God opens the door for his greater plans to unfold. The danger of rushing ahead. When we grow impatient with God's timing, we risk stepping outside of his will. Rushing ahead can lead to unnecessary struggles and heartache. Think of the story of the Israelites in the wilderness. God had promised to lead them to the promised land, but their impatience of timelines to God opens the door for his greater plans to unfold. The danger of rushing ahead. When we grow impatient with God's timing, we risk stepping outside of his will. Rushing ahead can lead to unnecessary struggles and heartache. Think of the story of the Israelites in the wilderness. God had promised to lead them to the promised land, but their impatience led to disobedience and a 40-year delay. It's a sobering reminder that trusting God's timing isn't just about waiting, it's about waiting well. It's about maintaining faith, obedience, and hope even when the road ahead is unclear. The beauty of in the fullness of time. Throughout the Bible, we see the phrase "in the fullness of time," particularly in reference to Jesus coming. Galatians 4:4-5 says, "But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to unnecessary struggles and heartache." Think of the story of the Israelite to unnecessary struggles and heartache. Think of the story of the Israelites in the wilderness. God had promised to lead them to the promised land, but their impatience led to disobedience and a 40-year delay. It's a sobering reminder that trusting God's timing isn't just about waiting, it's about waiting well.
It's about obedience.
It's about maintaining faith, obedience, and hope even when the road ahead is unclear. The beauty of in the fullness of time. Throughout the Bible, we see the phrase in the fullness of time, particularly in reference to Jesus coming. Galatians 4:4-5 says, "But when the fullness of time had come, God sent forth his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those who were under the law, so that we might receive adoption as sons." God orchestrated every detail of Jesus' arrival with perfect precision. From the political climate to the cultural context, everything was aligned for his mission to unfold. If God's timing was perfect in sending his Son to redeem humanity, we can trust that his timing is perfect in our lives as well. Finding rest in God's timing. One of the greatest gifts of trusting God's timing is the rest it brings. When you stop striving to control everything and start leaning into his plan, you experience peace. You realize that you don't have to carry the weight of figuring it all out because God is already at work. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. Trusting God's timing involves active faith, praying, seeking his guidance, and taking steps of obedience. But it also means releasing the anxiety that comes from trying to force outcomes. Psalm 37:7, David writes, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes." Being still doesn't mean being passive, it means being at peace, knowing that God is in control. Celebrating God's timing. When God's timing finally unfolds, it often surpasses anything we could have imagined. The waiting makes the fulfillment that much sweeter. Think about a farmer who plants seeds and waits for the harvest. The time between planting and reaping can feel long, but when the crops finally grow, the joy is immense. In our lives, the blessings that come in God's time often carry more weight and meaning because of the journey it took to get there. They remind us that God's ways are higher than our ways, and that his plans are always for our good. Living with confidence in God's timing. To live with confidence in God's timing, start by remembering his faithfulness. Look back on your life and recall the times he has come through for you. Those memories will serve as anchors of hope during seasons of waiting. Next, stay rooted in his word. The Bible is filled with promises of God's faithfulness, and meditating on those promises will strengthen your trust in him. Finally, surround yourself with people who encourage your faith. Community is vital in seasons of waiting. Hearing how others have experienced God's perfect timing can inspire you to keep trusting. In conclusion, and God's timing is not something to be feared or fought against. It is something to be trusted and celebrated. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, God is always at work, aligning circumstances, preparing hearts, and positioning you for his perfect plan. Delays are not denials. Waiting is not wasted time. In fact, the waiting often becomes the place where your faith grows strongest and your character is most deeply refined. So when you're tempted to rush ahead or question God's timing, remember this: He sees the whole picture, and His timing is always perfect. Trust in Him, rest in His promises, and know that He is working all things together for your good. And when the time comes when His plan unfolds, you will see that it was worth every moment of the wait. God's perfect timing is not just a hope, it is a promise. Trust it, live in it, and let it guide you every step of the way. Finally grow. The joy is immense. In our lives, the blessings that come in God's time often carry more weight and meaning because of the journey it took to get there. They remind us that God's ways are higher than our ways, and that His plans are always for our good. Living with confidence in God's timing. To live with confidence in God's timing, start by remembering His faithfulness. Look back on your life and recall the times He has come through for you. Those memories will serve as anchors of hope during seasons of waiting. Next, stay rooted in His Word. The Bible is filled with promises of God's faithfulness, and meditating on those promises will strengthen your trust in Him. Finally, surround yourself with people who encourage your faith.
I think we
Community
forgot
is
His
vital
plan
in
is
seasons
for
of waiting.
our good. Absolutely.
Hearing how others have experienced God's perfect timing can inspire you to keep trusting. In conclusion, and God's timing is not something to be feared or fought against. It is something to be trusted and celebrated. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, God is always at work, aligning circumstances, preparing hearts, and positioning you for His perfect plan. Delays are not denials. Waiting is not wasted time. In fact, the waiting often becomes the place where your faith grows strongest and your character is most deeply refined. So when you're tempted to rush ahead or question God's timing, remember this: He sees the whole picture, and His timing is always perfect. Trust in Him, rest in His promises, and know that He is working all things together for your good. And when the time comes when His plan unfolds, you will see that it was worth every moment of the wait. God's perfect timing is not just a hope, it is a promise. Trust it, live in it, and let it guide you every step of the way.
Amen. 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 What a word. What a word. What a word.
And when the time comes when His plan, unpin it and let it guide you every step of the way.
What a word. What a word. What a word. What a word. Oh my goodness, what a word. So listen, before we go, did y'all get fed off of that, huh? Granted, I think we forget His plan is for our good. Yeah, we want it when we want it. But that ain't always the case. Before we go, I'm going to find us a note to sing out on and praise out on. But before we go, Jamie done said something. Jamie speaks out about out after being hit with glass at his birthday party. Thank you. You're welcome, Vicky. Thank you for everything in Jesus' name. Amen. We got a word. Hold on. Before we go, we gonna find a song to go out on. I don't figure it out. Baby, I tell you, that was a message for me. I hadn't listened to it. I made sure I waited to review that with my tea sippers so that we could enjoy the motivational message together. Indeed, I was fed, and so I'm positive that y'all was fed too. Huh? The pause and the purpose. Again, oh, wow. Yeah, so what's going on with the Dolph case? It's just the pause. Why? Because it's part of the purpose. So when we wanted to go our way, God already knows what's going on. But as far as Jamie Foxx go, he said the devil is busy, huh? But I'm too blessed to be stressed. He put it on the devil. He said the devil is a lie. Can't win here. Can't win here. Get thee behind me, Satan. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. I'm exposing you for who you are. In my absence, God reminded me that I belong to Him. You have no place in my space. Huh? Y'all do know, yeah, exposure is real. And when he went to the feds oh boy, he just didn't give up one name. Hello. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. AunTeaFee, what you got? Well, how we gonna go out? Oh, let's try this one. I don't remember what it was, but that's your Crystal. Let's go, Crystal. Take us out. Y'all hit the like button.
It goes, I'm so glad
Jesus
lifted me.
Oh, hold on.
I'm so...
Hold on before I go. We gonna go out right, but hold on. I need to give a special, oh Lord. I done got dressed, y'all. I'm gonna take us back, but let me do this the right way. Let me make sure my clothes ain't revealing. I ain't wrapped too tight now. Let me make sure. But anyway, thank you, my tea sippers. I love y'all. I hope. Oh, I don't feel. I may not need to wear this. It just feels like. Anyway, I want to say thank you, y'all. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the love and support. I really, really do. Thank you for all the gems who came live to you. You know, you come through. Granny, thank you. I appreciate you. Vicky, you already know. Chelsea, thank you. I appreciate everything you do for this platform. I promise I do. Even when I want to cut up, act up, you know, my love for you, the truth and the facts, supersedes that. You know what I'm saying? It's like God pulls my coattail because, listen, that message that we just listened to is not just for you, it's for me too. So he said, AunTeaFee, Laquita, I don't care nothing about you, girl. I'll pull your coattail too. You here for me. Okay? I got work for you to do here. So you gonna do it, whether you want to do it or not. Did God pull my coattail? Yes, he did. So, Lord, I thank you. Tea sippers, I thank you. I thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. I do. Okay? Let me go, because I thank you, Vicky. Thank you. Now, let's go back. I just wanted to come and personally show my face to say thank you. That message moved some things in me. The pause and the purpose. We got to press through the pause, the delay. In our life, in these cases that we see, it's all full circle. It's all according to his purpose and his plan. And we need to redirect our mindset that pause is on purpose. Amen. Let's go back. Let's go back and listen. Let's go out the right way. Y'all ready? Thank you, Vicky. I supposed to be meeting some people. Lord, girl, you was late last night.
Lifted me. Oh, I'm so glad that Jesus lifted me. Singing glory, hallelujah. Jesus, he lifted me. And said Satan had me bound.
What?
But Jesus lifted me. Satan had me bound, but Jesus, he lifted me.
Yes, Lord.
Satan had me bound, but Jesus lifted me. Singing glory, hallelujah. My Jesus lifted me. So this song has been in my spirit all day. It goes, I'm so glad Jesus lifted me. I'm so glad that Jesus lifted me. Oh, I'm so glad that Jesus lifted me.
We in spiritual warfare, y'all.
Hallelujah. Jesus, he lifted me. And said Satan had me bound.
The devil is a lie.
But Jesus lifted me.
Yes, Lord.
Satan had me bound, but Jesus, he lifted me. Satan had me bound, but Jesus lifted me. Singing glory, hallelujah. My Jesus lifted me.
Oh, have a great day. Okay, y'all. I'll be back later.